to another date. We're looking at 2nd of October to 8th of October.
The Rivers State Police Command is asking victims of police violations to report the matter to police stations or the State Police Headquarters. The State Police Public Relations Officer, SP Grace Iringekoko, said this after a viral video of a content creator alleging that he was arrested in a taxi by armed men in uniform along the Rumokuta axis of Obiakpo local government area. Well, SP Grace Iringekoko urged the victim to visit the command to identify the policemen.
We shame our own when it comes to corruption. That you should come out so that we can identify those officers so that they will not continue that kind of act. That's what I'm appealing to him. Viewing him on his inbox. That you should come out. Interest is being protected. He should not be there. He reported the particular station. But we cannot identify the officers that protected that. I'm appealing to him. And I can stand that his interest is protected. If he's not coming up, I feel it's a concept he's trying to create.
Well, earlier, the victim in the viral video narrated how the incident happened.
Wearing, I think it was ash and blue uniform, and they had, of course, their rifles and all. This was around Rumokuta, and the policemen came down after intercepting us and told me to come down from the vehicle. The intensity of the way they dropped me from that vehicle felt like I was, a drug baron. And I came down and they put me at the back seat. They came into the vehicle, one at the back, one at the front, and told us to follow the...
Well, he alleged that he paid 50,000 naira to bail himself after spending several hours at the Intelligence and Surveillance Center at Obunabali.
We got into, the station. They told me to take off my jewelries, take off my watch. I gave them my phone. I didn't even realize that there were a lot of boys inside that pickup van. Took us somewhere and sat us on the floor. From there straight, they moved us into a cell. We spent almost 5 hours inside that cell. I wrote a statement. They searched my phone, my emails, my WhatsApp, my accounts. They checked everything. Following morning, police officers told me that I have to pay 150,000. Ended up going to withdraw 50,000 naira and paying them cash because they refused to collect transfer so that it would not be traceable.
Well, as you may know, the police had warned that police officers are not authorized to search people's phones without a warrant. The family and friends of a Port Harcourt-based poet, Kennedy Adeli, are seeking for his urgent and safe release after he was kidnapped on his way back to Port Harcourt from Abuja on Monday. His wife, Faith Adeli, says her husband was supposed to return home on Monday, 11th September, but he and other passengers were kidnapped. She tells our correspondents that the kidnappers contacted her.
He was kidnapped on Monday, being 11th of September. The kidnappers reached out to me on Tuesday around 10 a.m. in the morning, demanding a ransom of 20 million naira. And they gave me till today, but I hope God will see us through this tough time.
In the meantime, friends and colleagues of Mr. Oruz Kennedy have started an online fundraising campaign to gather the necessary funds for his ransom. Well, reacting to this, the spokesperson of the Rivers State Police Command, SP Grace Iringekoko, says the police have not been officially informed of the incident.
Aware of that. If there is any incident or so, she's the family. I'm appealing to them to go to the nearest police station so that we can have all the facts and figures, so that we can also verify the facts and also go into the investigation to ascertain what must have caused the adoption of that. Because if you don't come to the police, we are not magicians. We know that such act has been committed. I'm looking sorry for what must have happened, but I'm appealing that they should come and report to the nearest police station or to the state headquarters of Moscow Road.
Still on security, a concerned indigene of Amini Boko community in Abu-Odua local government area of River State, Prince Itari, has raised alarm over the escalating security challenge in the area. Mr. Itari tells correspondent Emeko Otuka that the call became necessary following the killing of a youth, Progress Yogo, from the community. He appealed to the security operatives to arrest and prosecute the killers of Yogo.
There was an incident Friday last week. This young man from a community called Meniboko, the same community with me. We know him well. I am a responsible citizen of the community. On his way from central of Abua, he was attacked by some hoodlums in a nearby village called O'Brien. They killed him, they cut his private part, and later brought his body back to the community where he was buried. So the reason why I'm reporting this is because we need government to intervene. It's unfair, part of River State, and we are suffering this.
But Mr. Prince also said the incident has been happening, and this is one too many.
Other series of attacks, like blocking of bikes, like the community has boundary with Aguda East and Aguda West. So if you are coming from Aguda East, my community, you must pass part of the entire village. So along those roads, they normally kidnap. They will take your bike and they will ask you to pay some ransom.
Well, reacting to this, the Chief Press Secretary to the Chairman of Abu-Odua local government area, Dugo Pellini, said the council has banned the operation of motorcycles, popularly known as Okada, from 8 p.m. to 6 a.m. as part of measures to address the security challenges in the area.
The council are on top of the situation. We are working seriously with the security agents to handle the situation and fish out the culprits. The council has directed immediate restriction on commercial motorcycles from the hours of 8 p.m. to 6 a.m. every day.
The police are yet to speak on this. Away from that now, the chairman of Nupeng Task Force in Choba, Endurance Ahmed, has ordered tanker drivers to reopen the road. His directive comes after the tanker drivers blocked the Choba axis of the east-west road following a disagreement with policemen in the area. Mr. Ahmed spoke with our correspondent.
This IG, very close to this bridge here. They say the tracker passed through them and this tracker is faulty. He decided to park in our union. The police, they rush him. Even when he showed there, this is the Webby. It's a genuine Webby and he loaded at Gravy. They start beating him. They beat it till they dislocate his hand. So that is why we decided to block the road. He's a human being. You can't treat human being like that. The DPO is here. He's here now to settle the whole matter.
Well, earlier today, policemen and tanker drivers at Choba clashed after a policeman allegedly injured the hand of one of the drivers for refusing their extortion demands. In other news, some residents of Rumowokeda community in Obogoro town, Obiakpo local government area, say they swim through the canal bordering Rumokwachi and Rumoparali to get access to their farmlands. In an interview with our correspondent, some of the residents said most of their community members have lost their lives while trying to gain access to the dry land whenever they go to their farms. And they called on the River State government to urgently construct bridges to link the canal to avert further loss of lives.
If water come now, we go swim and go. When we go come back, if in full, we go swim, come back.
Not everybody sabi swim. When water full, that no how you can cross that place except water dry. Or if you try to put there, you will die. Most of the times, children will cross to go and cut vegetable. Before coming back, water don't full. At least a bridge or boat. May government help us.
When rain fall, we can not be able to walk. Even where we have canal, there is water there across it. When water float, there is no way to cross. So let them come in and look into it and do a small bridge so that for we to use it and walk our farm. We need assistance. We need government to come into this street, Minikuga Street in Obogoro community town.
A community stakeholder, Stanley Showebi, said the drainage system constructed by the former administration has been abandoned.
What we are facing here is a terrible scenario. The drainage dug by River State government, very close to this canal, but they stopped there for almost either 8 to 9 years ago. So either February or March, 3 children, they went to cut vegetable in the farm. They crossed when the water dried like this. As they are coming back, 2 of them passed when the water was coming small, but the other one couldn't. Before the boy should rush, the water have risen up to the brim and was dry. It was buried somewhere. We are asking government to come to this area. As they have marked that Rumokada road, they should do a small bridge across this canal.
Our correspondent observed that residents who were going to their farmlands were seen walking through the canal to access their farmlands. Still to come, business owners in Port Harcourt groan following blackout. Stay tuned.
the entire Umuahali royal kindred of Obaland read with dismay
says the chiefs and Oho holders in the clan have approved the dissolution of Charles Wallinson's lead executive of the Ekinibo Youth Council. A statement signed by Eze Ekpara Ekinibo II, His Highness Eze Professor Reginald Amadi, and Ekinibo Clan Council Chairman Gabriel Ochinwo, said the resolution is as a result of his media day denigration of the stool of Eze Oha Akpara and unguarded abuses on His Royal Majesty Eze Chike Wolo Wodo Eze Oha Akpara IV, paramount ruler of Apara Kingdom. The council also announced the appointment of Bobby Ezekiel as the acting President General of the Ekinibo Youth Council. The Ekinibo Clan Council also directed Chief Roland Amehule to immediately apologize within 48 hours to His Royal Majesty Eze Chike Wodo Ekinibo Clan and Apara Kingdom in general, as well as retract his remarks against Eze Chike Wodo or face the consequences. The council further urged Chief Billy Ohonda to abide by the judgment of the Apara Kingdom Council of Chiefs and desist from parading himself as Eze Ekinibo. The Board of Trustees of the PDP has vowed to resist alleged attempts by the APC to force a one-party rule on Nigerians. Acting Chairman of the BOT, Adolphus Wabara, said this while reading a communique after the 75th meeting of the board in Abuja today. Wabara expressed the board's confidence in the courage of the Supreme Court to correct what he called the errors contained in the judgment of the Presidential Election Tribunal. Satellite television DSTV says it is offering a special package called the DSTV Prestige. A statement from DSTV said it is turning its focus to the world of luxury where exclusivity reigns and customers seek more than just products to create unique and exclusive experiences. The DSTV Prestige special package has 1 year of non-stop premium entertainment, VVIP customer service, a limited edition gold decoder, and exclusive lifestyle benefits. The statement said subscribers will enjoy exclusive discounts from Swatch, Nike, Eco Hotel, Polo Luxury, MedPlus, Tommy Hilfiger, Adidas, and others. The statement also said that the DSTV Prestige is a true embodiment of exclusivity and special treatment. It urged those interested to visit dstv.com/prestige to sign up. And in business, some business owners in Port Harcourt say their business operations suffered due to the blackout across the country earlier today after the national grid collapsed. We're speaking to our correspondent, a frozen foods vendor, Juliet Aneke, said she had to resort to using her generator, which is not strong enough to power her freezers for a long period of time.
We're dependent on generator now, and generators cannot carry all our freezers. We're limited to using some numbers, like we have 7 and the KV can carry like 3 or 4. So we power it 3 hours, we switch to other freezers. The products are not as strong as before, but now we have to minimize the rate of storing products in order to accommodate the strength of the generator. Customers complain, but they understand, being that it's affecting everybody.
Well, on his part, a tailor, Mr. Kelechi Nachi, urged the government to urgently fix the electricity issues to help small and medium enterprises succeed.
It has really affected me. I'm into production. We use industrial machines. And light, where my shop is, we normally have light. But since yesterday, I noticed that there was no light. Not again in this country. What I just call on the relevant authority to start off very fast so that light will be restored in this country.
However, the Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, says restoration of power supply is gradually in progress. The TCN disclosed this in a statement by its General Manager, Public Affairs, Ndidi Mba. Meanwhile, the Minister of Power, Adebayo Adelabu, said a fire outbreak due to an explosion at Kainji, Jeba in the north central made the national grid collapse early this morning. In entertainment, Grammy-winning artist and songwriter Thames has earned a spot on Time Magazine's 2023 Time 100 Next list. And in sports, Super Eagles and Napoli forward Victor Osimhen has been nominated for the 2023 FIFA Best Men's Player Award.
And now, we'll bring you news from around the world.
North Korea's leader Kim Jong-un has unexpectedly extended his visit to Russia, where he was meeting President Vladimir Putin for a suspected arms deal. The pair had discussed possibilities for military cooperation. Mr. Putin also gratefully accepted an invitation from Mr. Kim to visit North Korea. Well, that's the news, but before we go, a recap. On the news this evening, you heard that the police have arrested more suspects in connection with the killing of Ahoda DPO SP Bako Angbashim. The Rivers State Police Command has reacted to a viral video of a content creator accusing police officers of extortion. The family and friends of a kidnapped Port Harcourt-based poet, Kennedy Adele, are appealing for his safe release. The PDP has vowed to resist alleged attempts by the APC to force a one-party rule on Nigerians. And business owners in Port Harcourt have groaned after a total blackout this morning. On the foreign scene, North Korea's leader Kim Jong-un has unexpectedly extended his visit to Russia. The news was edited by Onyeka Chinwosu. Clear weather in Port Harcourt this evening. To reach the news team, send an SMS or WhatsApp to 0808 721 7215. Remember, peace is the path to the prosperity of a nation. Let peace reign. My name is Constance Mega. Thank you so much for listening. Good evening.